Wow. And I thought last week's episode, the episode before with the Yuki holder, was really well done. But man, this was a great episode. And the thing about it is, when it comes to anime, tournaments usually hit the mark, although it did, I guess it's for the preliminary for the real tournament down the line. It's going to take place up top the altar elevator. Toto was down because obviously he now realizes the truth. He's a clone of Negi Springfield, so his blood made him. Obviously got him down because obviously he's not the original, and Yukihiro wanted to cheer him up, so introduces him to Mahora, and then gets introduced to the Mahora martial arts tournament. And I gotta admit, that was kind of cool, but obviously at first you can't participate because late entrance. So obviously every applicant's been filled. You realise, okay, so I need to wait a year, so I need to get this chance to become stronger. In retrospective, maybe that would have been a good thing, because obviously it was a setup, because we actually get to see once again Chachamaru, which I thought was kind of cool. Saya, as obviously the ghost that was in the class with Negi Springfield, of course. And of course we got to see Mana, who once the final participant was taken out of the equation, so he was able to be, so Toto was able to participate in the tournament, which I guess makes sense in that regard, because we need to find out what's going on next. Ayaka kind of like telling Toto obviously to not obviously be down just because he's a clone of Negi Springfield, because Negi Springfield worked hard to become adored by the people around him. So I kind of like she got the speech to him like that, and you knew something was going to happen because Karin and Yukihime decided they wanted to find out where Toto is. Her love for Negi Springfield, she decides to hug Toto at that age. And the thing that made it even more funnier was Yukihiro's response when they was inside and she was outside. She thought, okay, what could she be doing to him? So come to find out, she's also the great-grandmother. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So she's not just the grandmother, she's the great-grandmother. Man, a lot of time has passed. So I thought it was kind of cool seeing Mana, Saya, and obviously Chachimaru again. And I guess it really did turn into a reunion of sorts, because at the end, obviously Toto now's able to participate in the tournament because the guy who was supposed to be involved got taken out by a new character called Cutlass. Badass, much like Fate, he got introduced in a badass way, and he's able to, I guess he's able to summon swords with his magic, because at one point he's able to summon two swords, and then one of them actually is able to manipulate fire around it, so I thought that was kind of cool. Then onto some mini blades that pierced obviously Toto when he awakened Margit Aregia. This guy is trouble, or this girl, because obviously she talks like a girl, so, and she kept repeating, "Oh brother," so I guess she has a connection with Toto in some regard. The fight rolls on, and Toto's getting wrecked. There's one part where he gets sent flying and then slices him in half, and at the beginning obviously Chachimaru and Kuromaru sensed something was up with Cutlass, because obviously it said, I got a bad bloodlust vibes from him, so you knew something was going to happen. He repairs himself, or regenerates himself, and then awakens Margit Aregia because he's pissed off about the way, I guess, Cutlass was actually kind of taunting him about being a clone, and to be a cheap-ass imitation, to be nothing special. So that woke him, we got to see Margit Aregia, but it got nerfed to hell by those rods. It pierced him, sent him to the ground, and then we couldn't find out it was Negi that activated the barrier, and that's why Kuromaru said, I couldn't do anything even if I wanted to. That barrier is strong enough, well, it was strong enough to keep everybody else out, but Yukihime found a way to actually pierce it, so I thought, then we come to remember, she's actually the mage of everything that took over Negi Springfield's body, so what does that say about Yukihime? So, here comes Negi, and the plot twist reveals we get to see Nodoka and Yue, and I'm like, what the hell? So that was kind of interesting too. I think they're the ones that binded Yukihime, weren't they? Only for a split second. She was able to release herself this time. But here comes Yukihime. It looks like it's going to be a free fall because then in comes Karin and Kuromaru. They block the hit, and I love how it could be a 4-on-4 here. You got the nostalgia act on one side, alongside Cutlass, Negi, obviously Yue and Nodoka. When did Nodoka become such a badass, by the way? So that was interesting. By the way, doesn't it seem like they haven't aged a bit? But we've seen Mana at pretty much the same age. Obviously, Saya because she's a ghost. But out of the most, Ayaka's the one that aged the most out of all of them. So well, Yukihime obviously is immortal. So it was a reunion of sorts, but at the same time, it ends with a cliffhanger. Are we going to get a group battle? That'd be insane. I don't think so, but it does seem like something's good. Also, Negi's tried to like reach out to Toto a while ago, because obviously the visions we saw were sent to people that had, I guess, Negi's blood inside them. So obviously that's why we saw the vision saying, "I need you." Also, like Fate, we need you to save the world. Obviously, they need to go up top of Mars. So that's I called that a while back. I said that's going to be a plot point to maybe for the second season if we get the announcement. I'm assuming, because we may even get another tournament this time with all the groups. That would be insane. You want to get the interest back in. You want to get the interest to Mahou in the series. Like I said, when it comes to anime, a lot of people like tournaments, despite how many we've gotten. So it draws. So I like that idea. I don't know if it's going to take place, but I did appreciate this episode. Actually, not rotated until we got a lot more progression involved with Negi. I guess Yukihime, Union, everybody else get the act. But the $1 million question is now where the hell is Asuna? I get the feeling that Asuna's going to be the last one to appear, and maybe the one that's standing beside Negi right now the most, don't you think? So it makes sense. I can't wait to see what happens next. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Holder. I do it weekly. Catch you guys later. Bye.